Now, huge queues of lorries have built up on the Polish-Ukrainian border due to a blockade by Polish truckers who accuse Ukrainians of stealing their business. Kiev has called the action a stab in the back. The protest comes 2 months after Poland banned the import of Ukrainian grain, claiming that Polish farmers were losing out. President Zelensky recently admitted that people around the world were becoming tired of the war in Ukraine, which he described as scary. From the Polish-Ukrainian border, our Eastern Europe correspondent Sarah Rainsford reports.
Stranded on the road home to Ukraine, there are now hundreds of trucks in this queue, not even crawling towards Poland's eastern border. They're trapped by a trade dispute that could point to growing tension between two neighbours and allies. Stanislav's been stuck for over a week now, living in his cab. He keeps checking for news of movement, but there's none. And his supplies, money and patience are all running out. He's all the more bitter because Poland has been such a firm friend to Ukraine ever since the Russian invasion.
People's nerves in this queue are really fraying. We can't take much more. Is this how Poland helps us? What can I say? Thank you, Polish people, for this help.
It's almost 20 kilometres to the front of the queue, and the Polish truckers blocking the road with their protest. They say the Ukrainian drivers have been stealing their business ever since the EU lifted a limit on how many can enter Europe. The measure was meant to help Ukraine during the war.
We're constantly supporting Ukraine, but we need to support our own families too. It's a matter of to be or not to be for our companies now.
The protesters are letting food through to Ukraine, as well as humanitarian and military aid. Otherwise, though, they've choked the flow to a couple of trucks an hour in each direction. When the war in Ukraine started, there were completely different scenes here at the border. A huge outpouring of support and sympathy from Polish people as Ukrainian refugees poured across the border here. Now, Polish people's sympathy hasn't run out, but this protest is just the latest sign of strain in relations.
I
don't support the Ukrainians anymore, Jolanta tells us in a nearby village. I've had enough of them. Sophia agrees and blames hard times in Poland itself. The Ukrainian truckers just want to get home. But like them, the talks to end this protest have stalled. Sarah Rainsford, BBC News, on the Polish-Ukrainian border.